WTKR News Channel 3, proud to serve Sandbridge and all of Virginia Beach. You're watching WTKR TV, News Channel 3. Proud to serve all of southeastern Virginia and northeastern North Carolina. Live from WTKR, the station where local news comes first. This is News Channel 3, News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Jan Callaghan. Our top story tonight, the plea of a frantic father. A Baltimore man believes his young daughter is hiding out in Virginia Beach after the boy she was traveling with is arrested on murder charges. News Channel 3's Mary Kay Maloney has more.
16-year-old Benjamin Garris picked up Saturday in Virginia Beach for shoplifting. But when police ran a check on him, they discovered he was wanted in Maryland for murder. He's being held at the Tidewater Detention Home. But the young girl believed to have been traveling with Garris is still on the run. Her father has come to Virginia Beach to search for her.
I've been running up and down the boulevards and stopping people, showing Jane's picture and asking them if they had seen her. I've gotten a few good tips and leads to where to look. This is her here. This is obviously a few years back. This is when it basically all started, I guess.
Jane's father says she's run away more than 20 times. But this time she was running with the boy who dreamed of acting out the murderous rampages of his favorite movie, Natural Born Killers. The two troubled teens attended the same school at a Maryland psychiatric hospital.
He was a on-campus student, if you will, and she was a day school student. She lived at home and then was transported to the school for the day.
But the two apparently tossed their books and headed out on what police believe was to be a killing spree. The first and only known victim, Garris's counselor. She was found stabbed to death.
Jane, I'd really like you to please turn yourself in. Ben Garris has been apprehended, as you know, and we really want you to please turn yourself in.
In Virginia Beach, Mary Kay Maloney, News Channel 3.
Garris is expected to appear in juvenile and domestic relations court in the morning. A woman is dead and a man is in the hospital after domestic dispute turned violent. Portsmouth police were called to the 700 block of Lanier Crescent around 4:30 this afternoon. When they arrived, they found 42-year-old Deborah Wimbish lying on the curb, dead from a gunshot wound. Meanwhile, her husband, 52-year-old David Wimbish, was holed up inside. When the department's tactical response team entered the house an hour later, they discovered Wimbish had shot himself. It's the second time tragedy has struck Deborah Wimbish's family.
I have one older brother that was killed 5 years ago, and I have a younger brother that lives back home in Maine where my mom lives. And I don't know what it's going to do to my mom. You know, we just lost one brother, and now she's lost her only daughter, you know.
At last word, no charges have been filed. David Wimbish is in serious but stable condition at Centera Norfolk General Hospital. A Richmond man is behind bars tonight following a shooting near a Virginia Beach nightclub. The shooting occurred near the Clubhouse Lounge on Davis Street around 2 a.m. Police found 22-year-old Tykeon Walker of Norfolk with a gunshot wound to the neck. 21-year-old Robert Lee Barnes has been charged with malicious wounding and use of a firearm. The victim was taken to Virginia Beach General Hospital. A fatal car accident closed a section of busy Jefferson Avenue in Newport News tonight. That accident happened between Industrial Park Drive and Shields Drive, where traffic flow was stopped for nearly 3 hours. This 1993 Eagle Talon reportedly hit the back end of a tractor-trailer truck that was attempting to turn off of Jefferson. The driver of the car, 40-year-old Mary Rose Toms of Newport News, was pronounced dead on the scene. No charges will be filed. Near disaster on eastbound Route 44 this morning. A Virginia Beach woman who is 7 months pregnant swerved to avoid hitting a car when she was cut off by another vehicle. Her Jeep Cherokee hit the wall and flipped over. The rescue team took extra precautions to transport the woman to Virginia Beach General. Her injuries are reportedly minor and her baby is fine, but she will remain at the hospital for observation. Police indicate no charges will be filed against the other driver. Next, a societally upbeat story about a Virginia state trooper who got to take part in a very special delivery. Little Sean Burke Jr. came into the world a little early. In fact, he was born right on the side of the highway. But as luck would have it, new mom, Debbie Barber, her boyfriend, and her mother pulled off the road right next to Trooper Mike Baker.
And my water had popped, and then the state trooper came running up. He opened the door, and bam, the baby just slid out into his hands.
I turn him over and shake him, and he starts crying. And then, I'm real relieved.
Trooper Baker still a bit shook up, but happy he could help. Mother and baby are doing fine. And when News Channel 3 News at 11 continues, we jump up on the roof for the work week forecast from Greg Padgett. Also, a piece of weather history will soon be history. And what caused the Wallops Island rocket to explode?
So what does $10 buy these days? Well, it buys this pizza.
Or now through Wednesday at the Hub Furniture Centers, $10 buys all the beautiful furniture you want.
You could have all this and more with just a $10 deposit and payments of $10 a month. And the rest isn't due until 1997. Get the details.
$10 a month till 1997. Mm-hmm. The last time the Hub made this offer, you picked the pizza.
Oh, this time it's the furniture.
You're getting smart, huh?
No, getting full.
Well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
Big Lots presents
Close out, man. I'm here to convince Penny Pincher she'll get more for her money at Big Lots. And she's one smart shopper. I'm ready, chubby. Well, the closeout price is my kind of price. Here's more proof. Travel in style with luggage from Pierre Cardin at these low closeout prices. And 150 chasing Christmas lights with 8 patterns and 21 tunes, just $9.88 at Big Lots. So come and get it.
an elite circle of nannies who know all the stars' dirty little secrets on hard copy.
The Conestoga rocket that exploded over the Atlantic last week apparently received a bad internal signal to self-destruct. The rocket blew up 46 seconds after liftoff from NASA's Wallops Island flight facility Monday night. Developers explained the rocket was on course when an onboard computer sensed static from a control signal, ordering it to self-destruct. Rocket boosters did not malfunction, which has been suggested as a possible cause. Despite the explosion, the firm does plan to build another rocket. It was a nice, cool night out there, but I understand there is a hurricane brewing in the Atlantic, and our Greg Padgett's up on the roof to tell us, although there's a storm out there, the news is not all that bad for the folks in the Outer Banks, Greg.
No, it's not, Jen. For one, that storm is moving away from the U.S. coastline. But what about future storms? You know, Cape Hatteras, the weather station there, was due to close down permanently this year. But now there's a silver lining among the clouds, and the residents who live there can breathe with a sigh of relief. Since 1874, the National Weather Service on Hatteras Island has been a ray of hope for mariners navigating the treacherous graveyard of the Atlantic. But now the nation's first Weather Service office is closing because of cutbacks under a 10-year modernization program. Hatteras Island and Outer Banks weather will now be monitored by forecasters in Newport, Virginia, and Morehead City, North Carolina. Phil Moore, who came to Hatteras Island a year ago, said local residents and visitors should not be alarmed.
It's a consolidation effort. I think the Weather Service is trying to do more with less. And I don't see any serious degradation in the service.
When the Dare County Board of Commissioners learned of the station's closing, they moved quickly to install sophisticated radar equipment. The added technology will enhance information provided by Morehead City and Newport.
We're losing some of our local people, some of our local help, and our on-scene look at what's going on. So we want to maintain as much of a personal, intimate touch with the local weather as we possibly can. So we brought in this extra set of eyes.
Although the National Weather Service is moving out, the concrete block building will now serve as the county's emergency operations center on Hatteras Island, and a weather service will be maintained. That presence is critical because of the county's #1 industry.
Tourism is our big economy, and being able to let them know well ahead of time what the real threat is, whether they should leave or stay here, because it has such an impact on our economy.
And of course, we realize just how important that was this year with Felix threatening the Outer Banks back in August. No threat out there now with Hurricane Tanya, and we'll see that where the storm is at in just a few minutes. South side, it's 55 degrees right now. Peninsula comes in at 46. Skies are clear. Your dew point 35, humidity 47%, winds north at 10, and our pressure 30.24 and rising. Well, that good old high pressure that's been over us for much of the weekend, or at least over the southeast, continues to sit over Georgia and Alabama tonight, bringing us a pretty decent evening. Clear, cool, crisp conditions out there. We're going to have another cool day tomorrow with plenty of sunshine. Tuesday, not a bad day. Then Wednesday, Thursday, we'll see clouds on the increase and a chance for showers. Look at the clouds beginning to work their way up now across parts of Texas and Louisiana, producing some showers and thunderstorms for much of Texas and light rain for Louisiana. You can also see some clouds working their way here over parts of the Rockies, producing snow showers and a little bit of light rain. Now, this is where much of the weather activity will be for this week. We'll see some snow developing, a pretty major storm, and some cold air behind it coming out of Canada, bringing temperatures into the 20s as high for parts of the Dakotas. We're going to see some of that cooler air make its way over our neck of the woods by next weekend. Of course, it will moderate and then warm up a little bit. The air mass will warm up as it makes its way down to the East Coast. Let me show you what's going on as far as radar is concerned. You can see all the rain showers for Texas and for parts of the Dakotas and Iowa and Wisconsin, and just a little bit of light rain up towards New York, just light drizzle, basically. That's all that is. We're not going to see, again, any precipitation in our neck of the woods until maybe Thursday or late Wednesday across the area. Let me show you what's going on as far as cloud cover is around the area. We're seeing clear skies develop tonight. Radiational cooling will definitely be a factor, so we'll see temperatures drop down a little cooler than last night into the upper 30s to lower 40s around the region. Okay, Hurricane Tanya, here she is. Now, you can see it in the last loop here. The storm's beginning to spread out a little bit. Some dry air working its way into the middle part of the storm, so we don't expect it to continue to strengthen much more. Winds, though, are at 80 miles an hour, the wind speeds, and the storm is moving north-northeast about 10 miles per hour, taking it away from the U.S. mainland and away from Cape Hatteras. Here's a look at the forecast for tonight. It looks like this: clear and chilly, 38 to 46. For tomorrow, sunny to partly cloudy, 61 to 66. Not a bad day at all. There's your boating forecast for both the bay and the ocean. Not a bad day out on the waters. Tide will be high at 1:34 in the morning, low at 8:40 in the next 5 days. Chance of showers again for Thursday, maybe late Wednesday, and continuing for Friday, Jan.
It seems like we might have a rather nippy Halloween, huh?
Yes, a little cool.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Greg. Well, it was a very special Sunday for one of the area's oldest houses of worship. First Baptist Church of Norfolk celebrated its 190th anniversary on the proposed site of its new home in Chesapeake. The service was held under a giant tent near the Greenbrier Mall. It was a unique festival, faith, honoring the church's storied past while looking forward to a bright future. And still to come on News Channel 3 News at 11, Fort Bragg remembers Friday's terror. And will there be revenge taken against the disc jockey who played a trick on Her Majesty?
Boss is selling these Mitsubishi big screens and VCRs like hotcakes over at Luskin's.
I want to know how, and I want to know now.
They're not asking for any money down.
No payments till January 97.
No accrued interest and no hidden charge.
What are we going to do about it?
We're going to give away these.
I like it.
Buy any Mitsubishi big screen, big tube, or VCR and don't pay 1 penny till January 1997 at all Luskin's locations.
Yo, Hampton Roads, about this $20 deal from Hall. Oh, you know how $20 delivers any new car or truck. Did you think that was going to last forever? Because there are only a few hours of this craziness left.
I didn't think we'd get anything for $20 down.
We went to Hall, I gave him $20, and we got this Honda.
What did I tell you? This is special, special, special. You know, if you don't get down to Hall and quick, you're the crazy one. Because Hall, they aren't kidding.
Anger, pain, misery, shame. Is Mom to blame? Next, Geraldo.
It may have looked like any other Sunday at the Snyder Baptist Church in Fayetteville, North Carolina, but it was anything but that. This is the Fort Bragg community, and their thoughts were on Friday's fatal sniper attack at the base. People here are close to the Army personnel whom they live among, and they feel the pain. Tomorrow, a memorial service will be held for the soldier who died in that attack. In Canada, it is the eve of a referendum that could split that country in two. French separatists are hoping that fellow French-speaking citizens from the province of Quebec will be voting for independence tomorrow. Meantime, English-speaking Canadians are hoping that Quebecers will vote no and remain a part of Canada. The separatists hold a slight edge in pre-election polls, but as much as 10% of the Quebec population is still undecided.